Bilbo, el anillo aún está en tu bolsillo.
Sí.
Hola a todos! Today we will be learning Spanish with an amazing classic, The Lord of the Rings, or El Señor de los Anillos. First, we will watch the scene with subtitles. Then, we will go over the scene together and explore the main vocabulary words and their meaning. And finally, we will watch the scene again without subtitles. I'm excited!
Sí. Después de todo, ¿por qué no? ¿Por qué no podría conservarlo?
El anillo debe permanecer aquí, Bilbo. Es tan difícil.
Pues no lo es. Y sí. Ahora que lo mencionas, no me gustaría separarme de él. Es mío, lo encontré, vino a mí.
No es necesario que te enfades.
Pues si me enfadé es por tu culpa. Es mío, mío. Mi precioso.
Precioso. Ya lo habían llamado así, pero no fuiste tú.
No te importa lo que haga con mis posesiones.
Ya conservaste el anillo suficiente tiempo.
Tú te lo vas a robar.
¡Bilbo Bolsón! Me confundes con un prestidigitador de mala muerte. Jamás tuve intención de robarte.
Trato de salvarte.
Let's now dive into the scene and break down the main vocabulary words.
Sí. Después de todo, ¿por qué no?
Sí, después de todo, ¿por qué no? Yeah, after all, why not? Después de todo means after all. It is used to add emphasis on all things considered before. ¿Por qué no? As in English, means why not? Here, Bilbo is considering why not keep the ring after all. Tempted by dark magic. Happens to the best of us.
¿Por qué no podría conservarlo?
¿Por qué no podría conservarlo? Why shouldn't I keep it? He is once again using ¿por qué no? Why not? As he tries to convince himself and Gandalf. In this phrase, podría means can. Podría comes from the verb poder in its conditional conjugation. For example, yo podría hablar español. I could speak Spanish. Conservarlo comes from the verb conservar, which means to keep. Bilbo is saying that he could keep the ring if he wanted to. Yo podría conservarlo si quisiera.
El anillo debe permanecer aquí, Bilbo. Es tan difícil.
El anillo debe permanecer aquí, Bilbo. ¿Es tan difícil? The ring must remain here, Bilbo. Is it so difficult? Anillo means ring. Don't get confused with the illo termination. This is not a diminutive form. The actual word is anillo. Debe permanecer aquí means it must remain here. Permanecer is a verb meaning to stay. A common phrase with this word would be permanezcan sentados mientras el avión se mueve. Remain seated while the plane is moving. Gandalf is telling Bilbo that the ring must stay here. Debe permanecer aquí, in the Shire. But apparently Bilbo is not too happy about this.
Pues no lo es. Y sí. Ahora que lo mencionas, no me gustaría separarme de él. Es mío, lo encontré, vino a mí.
Pues no lo es. Y sí, ahora que lo mencionas, no me gustaría separarme de él. Es mío, lo encontré, vino a mí. Well, it's not. And yes, now that you mention it, I wouldn't want to part with it. It's mine. I found it. It came to me. Ahora que lo mencionas means now that you mention it. Bilbo is using it forcefully to argue with Gandalf. No me gustaría translates to I would not like. Gustar means like, and it is being used in the conditional tense, which is used to talk about possibilities. Bilbo then says, Es mío, vino a mí, which means it's mine, it came to me. A little bit too attached to a piece of jewelry, if you ask me.
No es necesario que te enfades.
No es necesario que te enfades. You don't need to be angry. No es necesario can be translated both as you don't need or there's no need. You'll often hear it when someone offers to do something and the reply is no es necesario. That's not necessary. The word te is an indirect object pronoun in Spanish. It is used to indicate who benefits from or is affected by the action of the verb in the sentence. In this case, since Gandalf is referring to Bilbo, he is saying that it is not necessary for Bilbo to get angry. It would be the equivalent of saying in English, it's not necessary for you to get angry. No es necesario que te enfades.
Pues si me enfadé es por tu culpa.
Pues si me enfadé es por tu culpa. It's your fault I'm angry. Pay very close attention. Why is the C in this sentence different from an affirmative C? That's right. It's because here Bilbo is using it as a conditional to explain why he is mad. Therefore, this C does not have an accent. Tu culpa means your fault. Be careful here. Sometimes in English, the word fault is also used to refer to flaws in character. This is not the case with culpa. Es tu culpa means it's your fault. Siento culpa means I feel guilty. Therefore, the word culpa only refers to this sentiment of being responsible for something. Culpa can be a tough word to understand due to its complexity. The best way to learn is watching real-world videos like this one to really grasp the meaning of the vocabulary words in context. Still, even though we love YouTube, this is not the ideal tool for that. You need to pause, rewind, and take breaks all the time just to find definitions and examples. It's definitely less than ideal. But if you were to watch the same video on FluentU, all you have to do is click on the word culpa for a full definition, example sentences, and video examples from other real-world videos so that you never get lost. FluentU has an endless selection of videos that you can choose from. Movie clips, TED Talks, music videos, TV series, and more. This friendly, easy platform also includes interactive quizzes with speaking questions that will guarantee you learn as much as possible. Click on the link in the description to get a free trial now and start learning in a real fun way today.
Es mío, mío, mi precioso.
Es mío, mío, mi precioso. It's mine, my precious. In Spanish, the word precioso can be used to describe something that is valuable or priceless, like in English. However, it can also be used to describe something dear to us or something very beautiful. The way Bilbo uses it is kind of creepy, but it's actually very common. For example, tiene un pelo precioso. She has precious, gorgeous hair.
Precioso. Ya lo habían llamado así, pero no fuiste tú.
Precioso. Ya lo habían llamado así, pero no fuiste tú. Precious. They have called it that before, but it wasn't you. Here, Gandalf is referring to the ring and how it used to be called before. He conjugates the verb haber in its imperfect form, meaning that this is something that used to happen. Another example would be, ya lo habías visto. You have seen that before.
No te importa lo que haga con mis posesiones.
No te importa lo que haga con mis posesiones. What I do with my possessions is none of your business. This can be a tricky phrase, so let's break it down. Again, we have the pronoun te. This pronoun, as we explained before, is used to show who is affected by the verb of the sentence. No te importa literally translates to you don't care. In this phrase, the pronoun tú is substituted by the indirect pronoun te. Let's see another example. ¿Te dieron el trabajo? They gave you the job? However, in this scene, no te importa lo que haga con mis posesiones means something more similar to it's none of your business. Both of these uses are correct. If we look up this expression in FluentU, we can find examples and easily learn how it's used in different contexts.
Una función constante, no importa el valor que quiera tender X, aunque quiera acercarse a cero y hasta...
Un día llegaré, no importa la distancia.
Ya conservaste el anillo suficiente tiempo.
Ya conservaste el anillo suficiente tiempo. You've kept the ring long enough. Conservar means to keep. It does have a slight connotation of keeping for a while and preserving something.
¿Tú te lo vas a robar?
¿Tú te lo vas a robar? Are you going to steal it? Aha! Here's our friend again, the indirect pronoun te. As you might remember, it refers to the person affected by or performing the action. So here, Bilbo is saying, tú, Gandalf, ¿te lo vas a robar? But what does the word lo mean? In this case, the pronoun lo comes in to substitute the word it. meaning Bilbo is referring to the ring. Want to see another example? ¿Lo quieres probar? You want to try it?
¡Bilbo Bolsón! Me confundes con un prestidigitador de mala muerte. Jamás tuve intención de robarte.
Bilbo Bolsón, me confundes con un prestidigitador de mala muerte. Jamás fue mi intención enfadarte. Bilbo Baggins, you mistake me for a sleazy trickster. I never meant to upset you. Me confundes is a tricky expression. Although it translates to you confound me, it more accurately means you take me for or you mistake me with. In Spanish, we use it to express that you think I'm someone I'm not. Prestidigitador is not a common word. Don't get nervous if you didn't recognize it. In fact, I might have had to look up the meaning just to be sure. A prestidigitador is a conjurer who entertains people by performing easy, confusing tricks. Something apparently very offensive for Gandalf. Jamás fue mi intención translates to it was never my intention. And just like in English, you use it to set the record straight. It's a lot to remember, I know. To make sure you don't forget all the words we've learned today, we've made you a free PDF of all the vocabulary words that you can get by clicking on the link in the description.
Trato de salvarte.
Trato de salvarte. I'm trying to save you. Salvarte means save you. Pay close attention because here we have our friend the pronoun te again. It means the same, you, and it is still used to show who the verb is affecting. The only difference is, in this case, it is directly attached to the verb, salvarte, as opposed to te salvo. Okay, ready? It's time to watch the full clip again without subtitles.
Sí. Después de todo, ¿por qué no? ¿Por qué no podría conservarlo?
El anillo debe permanecer aquí, Bilbo. Es tan difícil.
Pues no lo es. Y sí. Ahora que lo mencionas, no me gustaría separarme de él. Es mío, lo encontré, vino a mí.
No es necesario que te enfades.
Pues si me enfadé es por tu culpa. Es mío, mío. Mi precioso.
Precioso. Ya lo habían llamado así, pero no fuiste tú.
No te importa lo que haga con mis posesiones.
Ya conservaste el anillo suficiente tiempo.
Tú te lo vas a robar.
¡Bilbo Bolsón! Me confundes con un prestidigitador de mala muerte. Jamás tuve intención de robarte.
Trato de salvarte.
If you want to continue learning Spanish and enjoy this kind of videos, check out this video where we will be breaking down a scene from Harry Potter. I'll see you there.